Flint's Classic Rock 103.9 The Fox. Hagar right there. And there's only one way to rock. That's right, 103.9 The Fox. We are in the Fox Lounge, Cook's Classic Cars and Guitars. And Bill Cook is here along with his daughter, Katie. Hello, guys.
What's happening, Mark?
Hey, what's happening?
Just tonight is a little bit different show than what we normally do. We have no bands on, no other shops. People keep asking us, how come you guys haven't done a shop about show what you guys do? So tonight, me and Katie are going to talk about everything that we do at Cook's Classics, Cook's Diesel. I mean, Katie's going to talk about the podcast we're doing for Classic Cars and Guitars. She's going to talk about our photography business. So tonight we're going to get into what we do because I say at least 50 people have asked me, why aren't you doing something about what you guys do? I never really intended to do it on the show, but tonight that's what we're going to do. But we'll get back to you, hear a few tunes, and then me and Katie will start talking about the things we do.
About it. That sounds like a good idea. Cook's Classic Cars, Katie and Bill are here. Flint's Classic Rock 103.9 The Fox, and that is Speak to Me, Breathe. That is Pink Floyd on a Tuesday evening, I should say, in the Fox Lounge. I'm Mark Simons with Katie and Bill Cook from Cook's Classic Cars and Guitars. Hi, guys.
What is happening, Mark?
Hello. What's happening? Hey, so what's going on out in the world there in your land?
I mean, a lot of it we can't talk about on the radio.
I know we can't, right?
But we need to give a shout out to a couple of our sponsors. Like we say, without our sponsors, we would not have this show.
Yep.
So first off, we want to talk about Outline Designs and Graphics in Clio. Robbie over at Outline Design and Graphics in Clio offers everything you need to promote your business or event. They design and supply custom t-shirts, stickers, vehicle decals, and signs. Banners. Call Robbie at 810-686-7687 or visit them at outlinegfx.com. And then we have Hamilton's Excavating. Hamilton's Excavating offers affordable and professional excavation services such as septic systems, installation, repair, grade work, drainage solutions, driveway installation, landscaping, land clearing, and much more, serving all of Genesee County, Saginaw, and surrounding. You can give them a call at 810-293-7946. But as we talked about tonight, we keep getting asked why we're not talking about what we do. We're not only just Classic Cars and Guitars. We actually are the owners of Cook's Classics, Vintage Auto Repair in Clio, and Cook's Performance Diesel in Clio. So off of that, kind of branched off into this Classic Cars and Guitars because we were kind of approached by Frank to do something different. We kind of started off with like I don't know if anyone remembers the frickin' frack thing. That was kind of how the conversation started, and a couple of days later, I was talking with my daughter here and my wife, and they kind of thought, Dad, you might be good at that because you know the car scene, you know the music scene.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's taken off pretty good because the reviews that we've gotten on this show and the hits that, we've seen on Facebook and everything, this shows people are obviously liking what they hear. But as far as what we do as far as work, I mean, Cook's Classics, and I got to say the season has definitely started because the cars are rolling in. I mean, I think we got, Katie, 8 or 9 at the shop right now that just have come in?
We had like 5 new ones just today.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the season has definitely started, and the word is out of what we do. And as far as the diesel thing, I mean, we've been a one-stop diesel shop for 35 plus years. So, I mean, as far as being out there and what we do, we're kind of getting out of the bigger truck stuff because, the trucking industry has just really changed. So we're geared more now towards the medium duty and the diesel pickups and diesel cars like the TDIs and all that. So, it's kind of getting to be the direction that we're going. I mean, we're going to keep a few of our bigger truck guys because most of our customers with us have become personal friends.
Mm-hmm.
But, as far as that, I mean, that is what we do. And we're starting, a car event at the shop. We're going to do that starting once a month, starting what day
May
is that?
20th.
May 20th, where it's going to be the first one. And it's not going to be a car show with awards and all that. It's just going to be like car church. Guys are just going to come out. We're going to throw some food around, talk. We're going to do the podcast live there. I mean, when Waylon Hanna was here the other night, sounds like he's going to come out and probably just play some music out of the back of his truck. I mean, it's just going to be a get together, guys talking cars. I mean, but as far as the podcast goes, I'm going to let Katie talk about that. and the direction that's going, because she's pretty much running it. And not only does she run the podcast, I'll just say this about my kid here real quick. She does the office, payroll, does all the bookwork. She does all of our Facebook stuff for Cook's Classics, Cook's Performance Diesel. She does all the podcast recordings. She's doing everything. And not only do we do that, she's actually, I don't know if people know, like the stuff that we advertise going on at the American Legion. I mean, we're the ones putting all the shows in there. We run the car show there, helping them out with that. Katie's doing the commercials. She's doing their page. I mean, she's doing all the banners, the advertisement. So, and on top of it, not this segment, but the next segment, we're going to give it to Katie for her business, because she also owns a photography business.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to hand it. I'm very proud of my daughter. But let's get into, she wants to talk about the podcast. I'm going to let Katie do that, like I said, because she's the one doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, so the radio show is one thing, but you only get to talk for so long, right? And there's a huge car community that people want to hear more from, and bands that people want to hear more from. And so the idea was, instead of these small segments, that we were giving somebody an hour-long episode platform to talk about either their cause, about their band, about their car collection. And so it's just kind of branched off into this big car community that word's getting around, and now we're going to people's personal car collections, to their houses, and filming them, interviewing them, talking about their stories and about like how they've built their own cars from the bottom up, and things that they've collected over the years, and just hearing their stories and giving them like a full spotlight, because you drive past someone's car and that's great and all, but you have no idea that they've got 10 more at home, and the stories behind them and the memories that have gone into them. And so now we're kind of giving that a platform where people can speak to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I say, it's going great. So guys, I mean, kind of hearing what we are all about. And if you've listened to the show or watched the podcast, if you're interested in your collection or your shop, I don't care if you're a repair shop. I mean, we're all the same community. It's not about competition. I can't believe this guy's going to come out and do a show from my shop. If you're a classic repair shop, paint shop, we'll come out and do a show from your place. We got no problem with that. And as far as like our car cruise that's coming up next month, we're going to do live podcasts from that too. So if you want to bring your car out, we're going to talk to multiple people about their cars. And we're going to put you out there in the public eye with your car show. And not only are we doing that, now we're teamed up with Randy Wolfman from Shiny Rust Promotions. So the two of us teamed up together is just taking this into such a broader audience. I mean, like tomorrow we got Rat Rod Relics coming up to the shop, and we're going to record a show with them. So I mean, we got the Vehicle Vixens coming out. We got what is the one with the with the heart disease?
Dead Pedal Dust Up, which is really cool. We're hoping to get them on for a podcast episode after, but they just to give them a little plug, they have their events and it benefits children with heart defects. And I would have never known that, like, just from hearing their name. But when I went to go research them ahead of them coming on the radio show, I'm like, you got to bring them in for a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's so much that they could talk about. And, they got into doing this event because of one of their children was born with a heart defect. And I'm like, how cool is that,
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's about. We're not charging, the sponsorship that we are bringing in, and plus what we put in ourselves. We just want to know what's going on, and I think people love the show. And, getting 1,000 hits on a show that you've done for the first time, from what I understand, the community of a new podcast, most people average around 200.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's insane what we're getting. And then with the music mixed in, the radio mixed in, it's just, and we're having fun doing it, and we're just doing it for the people. So like I say, you guys, anyone wants to be on, to come on to the radio, you want to do a podcast from your collection, you just want to come out and do a podcast from our shop, I mean, we record them right there. Just give us a call, either at the shop, 810-640-7550, or just email me, bill@cooksdiesel.com. And or just show up at my shop to talk. I mean, either way, we don't care. We had a gentleman come in today who talked in cars. What was that guy there, about an hour?
Yeah.
And then I found out he plays guitar. He does this, and
He was also hilarious.
and he was, the funniest guy. And he just goes, I can tell this is where I'm going to bring my, my '59 T-Bird to.
Who
He's
knew
like,
it? Who
I
knew
mean,
it? See, yeah.
And he said he heard me on this radio, and he said to come check it out. Then we had some guy just walked in the door and wanted to know if he could look in the shop.
Yeah, he came in. He thought maybe it was a showroom, and so we just kind of let him look at the cars that were there just from the office.
He's like, okay, now I know what it is. I mean, it's just the word's out what we're doing, and this car community in this area is so big. But we just want to, it goes beyond just driving your car to a car cruise. Let's get you out there and show what you did. How we want to hear the story behind the car.
Right.
Or your car's like with your dad, your uncle, your grandpa. This is how I built it. This was Dad's car. This was Grandpa's car. So, I mean that's what we're looking for. So, but we'll be back in 10, 15 minutes, Mark. 10,
Probably
12
about
minutes?
12 minutes. We'll be back.
We'll be back and we'll go over Katie's business with
Yeah.
KDG Photography.
All right, we'll be back with Bill and Katie here in the Fox Lounge. Yes, coming up next on the Fox. Flint's Classic Rock 103.9 The Fox. Yes, owner of a Lonely Heart. In the Fox Lounge for a Monday evening with Katie and Bill Cook from Cook's Classic Cars and Guitars. And we'll go over to Bill Cook right now.
Welcome back, everybody. This segment's going to be sponsored by two of my good friends, also business clients of ours. Attorney Robert Swartwood, who also is an avid car collector. Located in Clio, Bob services the Clio area at the Clio Family Law Center. He serves family law, military, veterans, and general practice. You can contact Bob at 810-686-7687. Or my good buddy Logan, owner of Bruton's Tree Service, professional tree removal, tree trimming, stump removal, firewood, land and lot clearing, located in Flushing, serving all of Genesee County. You can contact him at 810-223-7689 or find them on Facebook. But this segment here, where I'm going to turn over to my daughter Katie to kind of talk about her role at the shop and the podcast, and then she's going to talk about her business, KDG Photography. So take it away, Katie.
Yeah, so I obviously grew up around cars with you and was in the medical field for several years. And when he went through a divorce, he needed someone at his shop. And so, trusted me to come alongside him. And now I'm your behind the scenes person. So all of your billing, your payments, your intake of customers and all of that, and then when this show started, it was we talked about wanting to do a podcast, and I just thought it would be cool to get stories because I watched my dad for years, building different cars. He used to have a 69 Camaro. I watched him rebuild it, put the blower on it, trick it out the way that he wanted it. And, I've watched him for years build this Bronco, and, it's finally all together, and I want to drive it. But it's, I watched him do that, and how many other people that you see at a car show have those same stories of watching their dad? And, so far the people that we've gotten the chance to interview have those stories, but they're his age. And, these are the stories that I'm going to have one day when my kids are older, once they understand when it's not just Hot Wheels that they're into. Like, Grandpa used to build these, and Grandpa did build this car. And, to have those stories of cars that get passed down through generations, like, that's just something that I think is really cool. You don't get the full story when you're on the radio. So that's why we started doing the podcast. And we just did an incredible episode with John Abbey. We were talking about it before the show started. Just the stories behind some of those cars and just the customization to it, and how many people out there in the car community at just, a regular car cruise have those stories. So wanting to highlight that. And I have a little bit of a niche for it because I own a photography business. Kind of started that as a hobby when I was in college, just with the point and click camera. And as years went on, I got better equipment, got more well-versed, started learning how to properly use my camera and how, lighting and editing and all of those things work. And so I've been able to still do that and do still shots of some of our podcast guests, so some of their cars and their collections, while still getting to do video and editing because it's something that I'm more niche in than obviously fixing a car. But it is, it's really fun. And, it's tough working with family sometimes, but I know that one day I'll look back on this season and just have a lot of good memories too. Like, as tough as it is sometimes, because...
How could it possibly be tough working with me?
Oh, you have no idea.
I can't believe it, Bill.
But, the cool thing is, like, even on tough days, because, like, working with family, whether it's my photography business that I have gotten the privilege to photograph like several of my friends' weddings, their babies, it's a privilege. But like in the same way that working with family and friends can be hard, it's fun too, because the stuff that happens outside of work comes with you some days.
Right.
And and I've gotten to bring my kids to work with me several times, and a lot of people don't have that privilege.
Love those days.
And there's days where like, hey, I have a wedding that I have to shoot up north, I'm not going to be here. I have that flexibility, and that's just not something that you get in a traditional job. But I have a lot of memories, and I'm getting a lot of know-how, so that when those cars do get passed down through the generations,
Right.
I grew up around them. As an adult, I was around them. My kids growing up have been around them, and it's just a very different aspect of not just work but family.
Right. I mean, it's a joy. I mean, me and Katie are together probably more than we are with our spouses or anything. I mean, me and Katie are together every day, all day. I mean, we run that business together, and she knows that business pretty much as well as I do.
Yep.
And what have you been at the shop? 10, 12? What's it been, 10 years, 12 years?
I just figured this out the other day. I think it's like 13 years.
13, yeah.
Something close to that, because I think it was in 13 or 14 that I came up here. Because I was working... I used to work in nursing, and I worked at a doctor's office and then at a nursing home. And when
So she's prepared if I go into to hospice or something, she still has that training too.
but when he needed someone to come help him run the family business,
You
Here I
won't
am.
call me, Bill? Billy won't call Marky?
Maybe you can get a bed next to me or something,
So yeah, now I'm doing
Yeah.
all of that
Yeah.
and doing the
Oh.
podcast and raising my kids and running a photography business,
Yeah.
which has been, it's honestly a blessing, because it's afforded us, to live comfortably and to get to be around family as much as we are.
Yeah, that's really,
And if, people, I mean, Katie does weddings, she does newborns, she does,
seniors,
I mean,
families.
but, if people want to get a hold of Katie, I mean, and she's probably one of the best price in the area. I mean, if they want to get a hold of you, Katie, you probably should let people know how to do that here.
Yeah, it's kdgphotography.org, or you can find me on Facebook. It's facebook.com/kdgphoto. Yeah, I mean, I guess I would say the market is saturated. It's hard, but when you go and look at someone's photos, you can tell. Like, I had a client meeting with somebody a few weeks ago and was booking their wedding, and they were saying that they were looking for a photographer in like a community page, and they got so many comments, and they were going to all of these photographers' Facebook pages or to their websites, and they were clicking on the screen and zooming in and seeing how far they could go before it got pixelated. And they're like, you were the only one that we went to, and we loved not only the style of the photos but the quality and the clarity of them. That's the thing, it's just the market is so saturated,
Yeah.
because people buy point and click cameras, and
Everybody thinks that they just bought this new super
it's so-
duty phone. That
yeah,
they're a
so it's
photographer.
just it's hard.
It's true.
It's hard, and because there's also, I mean, I have a lot of really talented friends that have been in the business for years. Like one of my friends, Haley, she's been a photographer for years. She's second shoots with me for weddings, but she's also a graphic designer, and but she's incredibly talented, and it's just, there's people out there that are talented like her, and like me and some of my other friends that are photographers, but sometimes we get undercut by people, and so it's a tough field to be in.
Yeah, it is. But that
But,
sounds very good, yeah?
Before we end this segment, I see my brother from another mother there, Johnny Vance, is saying hello there. This Thursday, John Vance and Lonnie Ray are going to be live on the radio here with me on Classic Cars and Guitars. And I'm sure we're going to hear the song from our first show that we did here with John Vance, Redneck Rising. John told me they're going to play it live because them are the two that wrote the song. So anyone that loved that song, because I got a lot of comments on that song that first night, those two will be here Thursday to play that song live. So make sure you guys tune in, and we're going to come back for one more segment here in about 10 minutes or so.
Yep.
But back to you, Mr. Mark.
All right. Thank you very much. We're going to talk with Katie and Bill here in just a minute. More Fox Rock is on the way. Flint's Classic Rock 103.9 The Fox. rocking down the highway with the Doobies right there. Mark Simon's in on a Tuesday evening, Cook's Classic Cars and Guitars in the Fox Lounge. Katie is here and Bill is here.
Welcome back, everybody. This is our last segment for the night. This segment, we are going to give a shout out to Mr. Wagyu Ranch. Mike is probably one of the nicest customers I have ever had in my shop. And I got to say, this is a guy that knows so much about stuff that goes in your body. I mean, when we had him on the show that night, I've learned so much about stuff. But anyways, Mr. Wagyu Ranch, selling grass-fed, finished Wagyu beef with no hormones, no vaccines, from the ranch in Otisville, Michigan. They focus on quality, genetics, grown naturally to bring out the best product. He offers shipping, or you can pick it up. You can contact him at 810-397-3254 or familygrassfedbeef.com. And then also we have Kim at Cozy Cut Salon in Swartz Creek, who I was hoping would be here tonight, but her mom had different plans. So we got men's, women's, and children's cuts and color services located in Swartz Creek. She's been in business for over 25 years. Kim is new to the salon and is accepting new clients, everything from cuts and color to perms. You can contact her at 810-624-5866 or find her on Facebook. But anyways, this segment will kind of button things up. Just talking about the shop again, I mean, definitely spring is in the air and people are got the summer itch for driving cars because, I mean, today, like we were just talking about during the break, we had like 5 or 6 cars coming today. I mean, we had a 69 Roadrunner. We had a 53 Chevy pickup come in. We had a, what else was that we had come in today? We had that 442 Olds as this came in.
We got the Roadrunner.
Yeah, I said the Roadrunner came in. We have, I don't know. And another thing about our shop too, and not to just stutter here because I'm trying to think out, what's coming in the shop. But our shop's also always been like an open platform. There's nothing to hide in our shop. I probably got one of the cleanest shops there is in the business, and everyone that knows me knows that. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. So if your car's in my shop or your diesel truck's in our shop, you can come in anytime you want, and I'll take you right in the shop and walk it. You're not going to be tripping over oil and cords because we have one of the most, I would say, not only cleanliness as far as equipment, we have pretty much everything that a dealer has. So if you don't want to pay dealer prices, and actually we fix a lot of stuff for the dealers, which is funny, but if you don't want to pay dealer prices and you want to come in and get the same results and save yourself $50 an hour, we are definitely the shop to come to. I mean, we're getting into a lot of other stuff too with these classic cars. I mean, we just ordered a $32,000 plasma table so we can start making our own parts. We should have that fired up within the week. So, I mean, we're definitely going in different directions with this classic thing. I mean, thanks to you people. And there's a lot of stuff that, can't be made that we're finding out, and it's taking weeks to get. We're just going to start making it ourselves. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, am I missing anything on that, Katie?
No, I mean, it's just obviously the weather is breaking. So we're seeing a big boost in classic cars. Customers bringing in stuff that they're trying to get ready for show season, trying to get roadworthy, which is fun, but we're getting into more of the, I don't want to say like complete restoration, but we have people that we work with so that we can do more restoration work, and it's just a fun niche to get into because so many people don't want to touch them. They don't want to get into classics because they're afraid of the liability. We were talking about it, that people have brought their cars up to us, these older guys, that they're like, I don't have the muscle to loosen the filter anymore. I can't reach certain things. I can't bend over my hood anymore. So even just maintenance stuff that has started coming in because other shops don't want to touch classics.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're doing oil changes, like I was saying before. A guy came in and just asked me to change his seatbelt for him because he just couldn't get behind the seat no more. I mean, and then we're finding out, like, from what we found out from customers, the local oil change shops don't want to touch one of them cars.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So it's a liability issue, and it's just a different generation, and they don't want them doing it, which I don't understand because it's a lot easier than changing one on a new car.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But they won't touch them. So I mean, it's not just that we're doing big jobs. I mean, if you need an oil change done, brakes done, I mean, tire rotations, you want them retorqued right, to put them back on, make an appointment with us and bring it in. Like I say, our shop is open anytime you want to come in during the day from 8 to 5 and walk my shop, and I'll give you a personal tour, or Katie will, come on in.
And I mean, something else that we've noticed too is that, you know, these older cars, they don't have obviously some of the newer amenities, and that's something that they make conversion kits and stuff for now, like where you can put AC in a car that didn't have it, and you know, you can put different brakes on a truck, you know, or on a car that it didn't come with off the factory line, you know, and to make it a little bit more user friendly, I guess you could say, is something just a little bit more comfortable. And, you know, that's stuff that we've gotten into, too, which is just, it's fun because it's stuff he used to do for his friends and for his own vehicles, but now it's open to the public.
Yeah, I mean, we just did a disc brake conversion for a guy. We got another one in today, and this Road Arnie wants a disc brake conversion. I mean, we're doing it all. So, you know, like I say, gladly come see us. And again, if you want to be on the podcast, or you bands, if you want to be on the radio live and play your own music, which no one's going to allow you to do, give us a call or text us. I mean, or message us, whatever. Come stop in the shop and just visit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll bring you on. I think we have 2 openings left for April. So any bands, I have 2 slots left for April. If you want to come on the show live and play some of your own music, you know, or just come on here and jam and have some fun and let people know you're out there and you know, play to a few thousand people live. I mean, who gets to do that? You know,
yep, that's
come
true.
on.
Yeah.
But I think button up this show. I mean, Katie, you want to button up some things with the KDG Photography again? How to get a hold of you and things you do and.
Yep. So anything from newborns to your wedding day, and everything in between, seniors, local to Genesee County. I do travel. You can find me on Facebook, or you can visit my website at kdgphotography.org. Email me. I love meeting with new clients. I like to take most of my meetings in person because I am just that kind of person. I don't, you know, I like to meet people in person and get to hear their stories. It's not just a picture that you get to look back at. It's a memory that you get to keep for the rest of your life. You know, these are things that you won't get back. So that's
And
something
right
I enjoy
now,
doing.
What we're looking into, and I've been researching this stuff with what Katie can do with photography, and I'm working with a friend of mine. He's a very professional. He does like artistry. He's the one that made the Bronco picture for us and everything with you know, Charlie Brown back here in it. You know, everybody loves Charlie Brown except for Mark. But we're looking right now, and now that we got the plasma table, so if Katie can make the picture, Nick can turn into like a cartoon with your car, and we can punch it out on his plasma table. I mean, who wouldn't want that? So right now, I mean, we're working on some different stuff,
Very
you know,
good.
to bring out. So, I mean, stay tuned, and we'll start talking about that. But, you know, I just want to give a thank you to everybody that's been listening to the show, all the customers we've had over the 35, 36 years in business. And, you know, we learned a lot from, I got to say, if it wasn't for my dad and my Uncle Al, I wouldn't be where I'm at. So,
That's true.
And,
That's true.
Join us for our car cruises starting May 20th at the shop.
Yep, once a month.
And you can find all the information for that can be found at Cooks Classics on Facebook, or you can find us at cooksclassicauto.com. And all of that information can be found there as well. But we'll have like food trucks and stuff like that.
I don't know. We might just barbecue ourselves and just feed people.
Yeah.
We'll have food.
But
So
and I gotta give a shout out to my wife Kim for
Putting
dealing
up with
all
you.
the stuff that I'm involved in. But it's, you know, it's crazy. And then I do got, before we do I got a second here? I
You
do
got a
want to give a
second,
shout
Bill. You
out
got
for
a
the
second, yep.
don't forget on April 2nd, the American Legion, we're going to have Brian Dixon doing
May
the
2nd.
Elvis. Is it May 2nd?
it's May 2nd.
Yeah,
I'm
May
sorry.
2nd.
May 2nd. We're going to have the Elvis tribute, Brian Dixon at the Legion. So, and we're going to be doing a special Patsy Cline tribute opening for Brian. And me and John Vance are going to play guitar for the Patsy Cline. So I want to give my shout out to John for stepping up and helping me out with that. He knows how much I appreciate it because I've had a hard time since the COVID thing playing. So,
See, this is why you have me. I remember the dates.
yeah, see, this is why I got Katie.
Family. That's
You know?
family. That's right.
Then we'll
it
be
makes
fighting
it
about it
good.
tomorrow, saying what, you know. But anyways, I want to thank everybody for, you know, supporting Cooks Classics, Cooks Performance Diesel, and now Classic Cars and Guitars here on the Fox and on the podcast. And like I say, one more time, if you guys want to get on either one of them, give us a shout or come out and see us.
All right.
Back
Well,
to you,
thank
Mark.
you.
Thank you.
Yep. Thanks a lot, you guys, for stopping in, Katie and Bill. Bill, we'll see you again on Thursday for the Fox Lounge here on
that's gonna be a good
103.9.
one.
It'll be a good one. Cook's Classic Cars and Guitars will be back Thursday night. More Fox Rock is on the way.
Big deal alert.
Need some work done on your car? How about a great dinner?